guys, what's going on? It's Uncle Tone. How you guys doing? Today I'm going to have a quick unboxing video for you guys of the Nokia Lumia 800. I have been wanting to try this sucker for a while now. This is an awesome looking phone, possibly the best phone that Nokia has made in years. And I've been dying to try one out. So before we get into it, I want to thank Mike over at Mobile Jaw for hooking me up with the very cool people over at TELUS, who sent us out a couple of review units, one for Mike and one for me. Cool beans. So thanks, Mike. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I've been dying to get my hands on this sucker for a while now, so I am super excited to check this thing out. This does, of course, run Windows Phone 7.5 Mango. And some of the specs, I believe it has a 1.4 gigahertz single core processor, 512 megs of RAM, a 5 megapixel camera on the back, all that good stuff. We'll get into more of that in the review. This is just going to be an unboxing. You can pick this one up over on TELUS's website, as well as any TELUS store here in Canada, on a 3-year contract for the very reasonable price of $25, which is pretty darn cheap, actually. Cool beans. I know you guys in the US have 2-year contracts, but up here in Canada, we have 3. It's kind of a drag, but there you go. So here in the front of the box, you have a picture of the phone, and it says Lumia 800. Cool beans, that's pretty much it. Going around the side here, oh, as you can hear, it just made noise. I have already used this. I've been using it. I got it yesterday. I've been using it yesterday and today. But by popular request, you guys wanted to see a unboxing, so cool beans. And then around the side is kind of a continuation of, you know, what's on the front. And then on the back you have some specifications and Windows Phone stuff and so on and so forth. The other side you have another picture of the phone where it just says Lumia 800 in really big letters. And then on the bottom you have all your SIM card information, or your serial number and IMEI number, so on and so forth. I don't know why I stumbled all over that, but cool beans. There you go. So that is pretty much the box. On the top you have nothing. It's just blue. It's nice. It's a nice shade of blue. I like it. Cool beans. So inside the box, you get a little pull tab here on the bottom. Ordinarily, you'd cut the tape, but this is a review unit. It's already been opened even before I got it, so there you go. Slide it open, and inside the box, you are greeted with the phone right away. Nice. So we'll go ahead and slip the phone out of there. We'll get to more of the phone in just a second. Also included inside the box, you are going to get a little TPU style case, which is actually really cool that Nokia includes this. You get a, you know, it's nothing super fancy. It's just a TPU style case, but it's a nice smooth finish. Doesn't attract lint or anything like that. And Nokia gets you protected right out of the box, which is pretty darn cool. I've been rocking with the case on it. I like it. The case is also the exact same color as the phone. So really, it's hard to even tell after you've put it on. It fits great too. So there you go. Also included in the box, you are going to get a whole bunch of pamphlets and owner's manuals and stuff. You're going to get your guide to Acceso Rapido, cool beans, as well as a quick start guide, which is probably the quick start guide in Spanish. Haha, there you go. As well as your product and safety information. Cool beans. Those are wonderful pamphlets that are always included with phones and stuff that most of us, let's be honest, never ever read, but there you go. Cool beans. They include them anyway because they have to, you know, all the legality and stuff. Also included, you're going to get a USB to micro USB cable. That's how you're going to charge and sync this bad boy with your computer and charge and so on and so forth. Cool beans. Also included, you're going to get a USB wall adapter, which is a really kind of cool, cute little round one, which is kind of neat. I thought it was kind of cool when I took it out of the package. I was like, oh, look at it, it's cute and round and stuff. It was pretty awesome. So there you go. I kind of got a kick out of it. And then also included, you're going to get a pair of awesomely horrible Nokia branded headphones. Nobody actually probably really uses those, but there you go. Well, actually, probably a lot of people who get this phone do, but you know, I haven't even used them, so there you go. Some Nokia branded headphones. They do have a mic and clicker and stuff on them, so you know, they'll work for making calls and so on and so forth. And cool beans. So that is pretty much all that is in the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at the phone itself. As you can see, I do have the blue one, which looks super awesome. It's a really, really awesome phone, looking phone. It feels really solid, slightly heavier than my iPhone 4, but it feels really solid in your hand. It feels really good. You guys take a look. You can see there's a seam running along here where the glass actually curves slightly along the edges and kind of wraps around the phone. You cannot feel this seam when you're holding the phone. The glass just kind of blends right into the polycarbonate case of the phone, and you really can't even feel that seam there at all. It feels like one kind of molded piece, which it is. The back is one molded piece of polycarbonate, which is really, really cool. Being that, being polycarbonate, the color runs right through this. So if should you happen to scratch it or something, you're not going to get like a black line or a white line or whatever. It's not painted. The color is of the back of the phone, of the case of the phone, runs all the way through it, which is kind of cool. So if you happen to scratch it, the scratch is going to be less noticeable, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the buttons and the screens and so on and so forth. Starting off the top, you have a 480 by 800 resolution, 3.7-inch AMOLED screen, which is pretty nice. A slightly lower resolution than the average phone nowadays. However, Windows Phone 7.5 only supports a maximum resolution of 480 by 800. So right now, they can't put anything higher on the phone right now because that's all Windows Phone supports. So there you go. 3.7-inch screen. It's not really particularly noticeable, being slightly lower resolution. Text is still easy to read. And because of the general UI of Windows Phone 7, everything's in big blocks and everything and stuff. So, I mean, it still looks super vibrant and colorful, and you don't notice a whole lot of pixelation. So I don't really have a whole lot to complain about on the screen, despite the fact that it is only 480 by 800. Moving around here to the side, you have your volume rocker here, up and down, as well as a dedicated camera button right here. This will launch the camera at any point, wherever you may happen to be. It's a dedicated camera button, which is nice. One thing I found weird was they put the sleep and wake button down here below the volume rocker on the phone. That's actually your sleep and wake button. It's a slightly awkward place to get to. I've gotten used to it over the past day or so of using it, but I'm used to holding my iPhone and just tapping the top. So putting it here on the side was not so much awkward as putting it below the volume rocker. I find myself sometimes hitting the volume rocker trying to wake the phone up. So there you go. I'm sure it's something you'll get used to, but it's a strange place to put it. So there you go. Moving down here to the bottom, you have a speaker grill there where your microphone and speaker hide behind. So that's pretty cool. Around here on the side, you have absolutely nothing. Moving around to the back, you have a nice little chrome strip here on the back. At the top here, you have a dual LED flash and a 5 megapixel camera with a Carl Zeiss lens. Which is pretty cool. Again, I'll have more on the camera in my full review. I'm just running over the specs and the unboxing here, so cool beans. Moving up here to the top is where things get kind of interesting. You have a 3.5mm headphone jack over here, and then you have this little button here on the top, kind of right there. And if you press that, this little port opens up, and here's the micro USB port where you're going to plug in and charge your device. The SIM card slot is actually right over here beside it. You're going to push this over to the side, and this kind of pops out like so, and that's where your micro SIM goes, which is kind of interesting. This uses a micro SIM just like the iPhone 4 and 4S. Strange place to put the micro SIM though. And this little port thing here just kind of looks to me like it's begging to be broken off. Inevitably at some point you're going to accidentally pop this open, probably. Or when you're plugging into sync or charge or something, hit it on something. It seems like it's kind of begging to be broken off. But, I haven't had any problems with it popping open whenever I didn't want it to. So there you go. But there is the risk of breaking it off when you're plugging in and charging and or syncing and so on and so forth. So there you go. That is pretty much my unboxing of the Lumia 800. Feels like a wicked phone. Just holding it in my hand, it feels really solid, really smooth. The general overall feel of construction is really, really good. It feels like a top shelf phone. Definitely feels like a high quality device when you're holding it in your hand. So I will of course have more coming up in the review. I've rambled on for 10 minutes here in my quick unboxing. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much going to do it for my unboxing of the Nokia Lumia 800 running on the TELUS network. Thanks again for them for sending these over to review for us. We definitely appreciate it. And stick around for the full review coming up in about a week or so. I like to have some time to use my devices before I review them. So a week-ish, maybe a little bit more. And I'll have a review up for you guys. So cool beans. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Rock on.